We must find our wife. Am I just like... Oh my god. What's going on? I have a... This makes me think of a story. I was with Malpha, and we were at like a summer camp. And we were out in a canoe together. And we're like... We're chilling at the summer camp. They're like, look, we're canoeing. And it was like, oh, okay, that sounds so fun. I've never been canoeing before. So, and I go with my sister, and we get on this canoe, and we're out in the middle of this lake, right? So it comes time, they call everyone in, they're like, hi, okay, it's time, you know, over like megaphone or whatever, and we start trying to get back. And me and Malpha are completely stuck. We try for literally something like 30 minutes. And we are completely and utterly stuck in the middle of this lake, right? It's not that we were the last ones. Obviously, we were also the last ones. However, it's worse than that. Not only were we the last ones, we could not get back. You don't understand. We were literally trying our hardest. We weren't stuck on a sandbar. We just couldn't get the boat to go back. We couldn't make any progress. Somehow it seemed like we got out there fine, but then it seemed like we just kept getting further and further out into the middle of the lake. So it was horrible because it was our first time. It could have been the current. It could have been a lot of things. But regardless, so we're stuck out in the middle of this lake, and they have to call the people over to like come get a boat, hook us onto it, and pull us back. And again, this didn't happen to anyone else, just me and my sister Malpha. Nobody else, just us. Everyone else, just fine. Made it back, just fine. And meanwhile, everyone has to wait for us. So everyone's just sitting on the shore, watching. Just very intently watching as we are... as we are waiting for this boat, and then the boat comes, again, straps us on, and then pulls us back. And it was just so horrible. I still remember, like, on one hand, it was starting to get hot, right? Because it's a sunny summer day. We're out in the middle of this lake. There's no tree coverage. The sun is shining directly down onto us. We have no water because we weren't expecting to be out. So for me, I was getting pretty angsty because I was like, I'm thirsty. It's hot. I don't have a hat. I don't have a parasol. I have no sun protection. I'm just sitting here in a fucking boat with my sister. Have you ever been in a lake? Because I've been in a lake before swimming, and that is the most terrifying, worst experience of my life. I don't like being in a lake. I've had a fish swim, like a giant fish. I was really young, mind you, but I went swimming in a lake, and I felt a giant fish across my leg that I'm not convinced was not a sea monster, or like a lake monster, I guess. And after that, I decided lakes aren't for me. lakes, and even the ocean, maybe to an extent, kind of scare the shit out of me, because I can't see what's going on. You know, I can't really see what's happening down there because it gets so. Yeah, it's the scariest thing to feel, because it'd be one thing if I looked down and then just like could see the fish and be like, oh, it's just a bass or it's just a walleye. But when I look down, I don't see anything. It's completely murky. It's like this fucking Silent Hill right now where everything around me is obscured. I can't see anything. I'm on a boat, but something theoretically could come out of nowhere and eat me. And how do you think I feel about that? How do you think it feels to live that life? Because let me tell you, it doesn't feel good.